I just gave a lecture and I made dua that the oppressors pass away in their sleep, because we were talking about how the oppressor's sleep is a gift for those they oppress because they're not oppressing. And I was like, well, may Allah bless them with just passing away. Although I honestly hope it's way more painful than that. So, and a very kind individual mentioned that it would be better to pray for their guidance rather than for their punishment, as that's what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would do. I think that if you have not actively been viewing the videos that are coming out of the genocide, maybe you don't know the severity of the children whose bodies are being torn apart, whose parents have lost all of their children in 1 second. If you have seen children whose faces have been melted off, children whose backs have been split in half, children who've had multiple limbs amputated without medication, and they don't have anesthesia, children who are being starved to death by Israel. When you see these levels of atrocities over and over, just on a screen, I cannot fathom seeing them in person, living this in person, then your dua might not be, oh Allah, guide the evil people who fund and support this genocide. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ would make dua for the guidance of people, including people who had persecuted Muslims. Absolutely. There is a place for forgiveness and prayer for guidance. But do you know that the Prophet ﷺ made dua against a group of people as well? The people whom took the entrails of an animal. When he was in sajda, ﷺ, they put it on his back and they started laughing at him, ﷺ. There are many examples of the wealthy nobility of the pagan society of the Quraysh who harmed the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ would still pray for their guidance. But in this instance, his little daughter, Fatima, his young child, his young daughter, was the only one who could come and help remove the insides of an animal off the back of the Prophet ﷺ. And that is when the Prophet ﷺ made dua against specific people. He didn't pray for their guidance in that moment, ﷺ. He prayed for their demise. Then I will continue to make dua. Very specific types of dua. Very graphic types of dua. For every single person who oppresses, who murders, who maims, who genocides children.